was at an audition the other day, and it was like this. It wasn't like an audition. It was like this general meeting. Like we didn't really know what it was for. I didn't know what it was about or anything. I didn't know what they were gonna ask me. I didn't have to prepare any scenes or any songs or anything.
Is it Le Table Alitaire? Le Table
Yes,
Alitaire.
basically. Okay, and so basically, I was like nothing. I had nothing prepared, and they didn't tell you what it was. And it was very vague. So I'm on my way to the audition, and I'm walking in to the audition, and who walks in before me but Tom Felton? For those of you who don't know, he plays Draco Malfoy. And I stopped, like I had to like stop for a second, and I like turned around and I was like, and I had to like swallow, like take a breath for a minute, and I was like, oh my god. And like I just needed a second, you know, to really just like take it in. And I actually went back to my mom's car. She was waiting for me in the car. And the story's not over. For those of you who think that that's it.
No, there's more.
Just wait.
Way more.
Okay. So.
See you in 30 minutes.
Stop. So literally, I go back to my car and I'm like, mommy, Tom Felton just walked in, and she was like, okay, have some water. You're okay. Just have some water. And yup. And
oh Lord.
And so in there, and I had some water, and I tried to like gather myself and breathe. And so I walked in, and I was hoping that this wouldn't happen, but it did. It happened. And the receptionist, like the person who works at the front desk, she goes, so she was like, oh, here you go. I'm just gonna take you over to this little waiting room. I was like, oh great, a waiting room, cool. It was a room with a conference table, and sitting at the conference table was Tom and me, and that was it. And she left us in there, and that was it. She just left us in there, and it was just me and Tom Felton. And I met him before. I met him at the Harry Potter premiere, but it was very brief, and it was very not not official at all. I was just like, hi, I love you. And like that was it, and I sort of just disappeared. And I go into the waiting room. I can't talk right now. When I think about this, I stopped like breathing. And so I go into the waiting room, and what are you talking about? Some of these comments are ridiculous. Okay, so I'm sitting in the waiting room, and I'm like, oh my god. I walk right in, and he goes, hello, Tom, and he introduces himself right away, and I was like, oh my god, hi, Ariana, nice to meet you. And I didn't like say anything because I was like in shock, and I tried so hard to not let it show, and I think I did a pretty good job.
Great.
I think I did. You weren't there. I felt like I did a really good job because he didn't like say anything, but he literally just wanted to talk, and we just talked and talked and talked until eventually I was like, oh wait, okay, so is this a joint meeting? Like, are we like in this audition? Are they filming us right now? I was like, what is this? And I was so confused. And then we just talked. I think it might have been. I seriously think they had like hidden cameras, and they were just like watching our chemistry and stuff. But literally 30 minutes later of just me and Tom Felton alone in a room, I was like, this is ridiculous. But like in my head, Harry Potter didn't come up. Yes, it came up once. Harry Potter came up once, and I tried so hard not to. I think I was a different person.
Well, he didn't bring it. Like, he was the one that brought it up, but he didn't actually say Harry Potter.
Yeah,
right?
He did. He did. We were.
I was talking about the.
No, we were talking. We were talking about this one thing, and he was like, yeah, I worked with this one guy. He was in a lot of the sci-fi films, like the Harry Potters and the Lord of the Rings, and I was like, oh yeah, and I had a braid in my hair, and I was like, oh yeah, I'm sporting my avatar today. Today's an avatar day. Like, sort of just letting him know subliminally that I was a science fiction like nerd, and. I think he might have caught on. I mean, he's Draco Malfoy, so, like, I kind of wanted to give him a day where he wasn't, like, attacked for being Draco Malfoy. I wanted to just have, like, a one-on-one, like, hey, you know what? We're young. Let's chat. And, like, I don't know. I didn't want to bother him, so I didn't bring it up, but I was like, oh, yeah. And he was so cute. He was like, yeah, you're very naughty today. And I was like.
You're like a Gruden in art called
I was like, Dragon Tail?
Like,
no, it was really cool though, and he was so sweet, and it was just like 30, 40 minutes, I don't even know how long it was, but we were just chatting. And he was talking about my life. He was like, where are you from? Tell me everything. What do you do? And we started talking about Victorious and iCarly, and I showed him pictures on my phone, hoping he didn't scroll up a little more because there was a picture of him that I saved, and it was really cute. And I was hoping, I was like, yeah, so anyway, and then I just sort of like scrolled down because I had a picture of him on my phone. So it was really crazy. Thank you.
I do too. I have pictures on my phone.
Yeah, from
when we met him. I was very good when I met him. I was like,
no, but mine was just of him.
Oh,
like literally,
just
I
him.
saved it
Like
from the
just
internet.
him.
I was like, he's really cute, and I saved it.
No way.
No, I did, and he almost saw it. It was.